Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a demonstration on the rock cycle. We're going to use Starburst. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my Starburst into 9. So we know that sedimentation causes rocks to be broken down into small pieces. So you can see I've got each Starburst cut into 9 pieces. They're not all the same sizes, that's okay. So we know that weathering does not happen equally across a rock, and some might be more weathered or less weathered. So you've got a really small piece right here, and then a bigger one right here. It's actually 2 pieces. So now I've got all of my sediments. What happens to sediments? They get pushed together and they start compacting. So I'm going to push each color together. Okay. Now look, you can see there's pieces in there. You can still see some of the parts, but they're all sticking together. Do the same thing with my other 2. Okay, look, these even aren't the same size, even though they're the same stars to start with. They might have different pressure applied to them, become different sizes, become different shapes, but they're all going to be pushed back together. Okay, so let's say we deposit our first layer into the earth. Okay, over time, we're going to keep depositing more and more sediments. So they're going to get pushed down. Okay, watch what happens to our layers. And then finally, our third layer gets deposited. Now, something's going to happen and cause these to get pushed together. So I'm going to take it between my hands, and now they're cemented together. These are not going to come apart very easily. Okay, you can see the different sediments. You can't really see the difference in them anymore. You might see a little bit, but most of them are going to be pushed together. But you can still see all the layers. Okay, so you can see what the different layers are. All right, now we have a sedimentary rock. All right, so what kind of rock is created from another rock that is being changed? It's a metamorphic rock. So the processes that cause our sedimentary rocks and igneous rocks to be formed into a metamorphic rock is heat and pressure. So I'm going to apply that. I'm going to put this in a plastic bag. Get some air out. I'm going to rub this together with my hands for 1 whole minute. So I'm going to start at 9:46. I'm going to do this constantly for 1 minute starting now. All right, guys, I've been doing it for about 30 seconds. I wanted to pause and show you what it looks like. Okay, clearly the shape has changed, but look at the colors too. Okay, it'll be easier to see when it's out of the bag. So I'll do it for another 30 seconds and then let you know what it looks like, okay? So I'm just trying to apply constant heat and pressure, not trying to change it up too much. You may have to move a little bit with the Starburst move, but I'm not trying to go anything weird. We got like 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. All right, so let's take this out and see what our metamorphic rock looks like. Okay, so I'm going to hold it up to the camera, see what you see. All right, what do you notice about the orange layer? It's kind of got some wave to it, and you can see it well over here too. Okay, so look, the shape has changed, and the way they're sticking together. You can't feel the difference anymore on the layers. So now we've got a metamorphic rock. Over time, that metamorphic rock can keep getting pushed further and further down into the ground. So as it happens, it's going to get hotter and hotter and start to melt. So let's see what that looks like. All right, guys, we've got a hot plate over here. Now I've got some foil laying down. I'm going to put my metamorphic rock into a little cup, put it on there. There's another one in there that was already melted, so I'm just going to keep using that one too. So I'll get a big rock on this one. So as we watch it melt, we're going to see how its shape changes. what shape is it going to turn into? The shape of the cup. Okay, so as it melts, it's going to take the shape of the cup because it's going to turn into a liquid, and then we'll take it off the heat after that. Okay guys, you can see it's starting to melt a little bit right here. It's starting to lose its shape and become a liquid. Our rock is now officially melted. You can see, if I grab my tongs, when I move it, it flows around. You can see some of it that cools, stays, and hardens. Let it keep melting because it might stay as magma for a little bit longer. Our magma is now heating up. You can see it's even bubbling on the inside, okay? So I'm about to remove this from heat so that it can cool and will become an igneous rock. So I'm going to take my tongs and grab it. And I'm going to bring it back over here. You can see how it reacts as it cools down. I'm going to set it in my little bucket. So that's going to cool down, and once it does, it'll harden back up, and I'll remove it from its little shell. What kind of shape do you think it's going to have when I remove it? Igneous rock has now cooled and hardened, so I'm going to remove the foil from around it so we can see its shape. Alright guys, so I've tried to peel the aluminum foil off, but it's kind of stuck together. May have put too much in there, but if you look closely, you can see there's bubbles and things in the rock. It's really shiny and smooth, like an igneous rock would be. Okay, so our Starburst has now gone through the rock cycle.